I've been doing Renaissance fairs since I was 2. It was my parents' hobby before I got into it. I've done lots of different historic reenacting and costume events, balls, fairs, living history, things like that. And something that tends to happen in these communities is you'll pick a fair name or a pirate name or some nickname that is the name that you go by as your alter ego in these spaces, as like the default version of yourself that tells others and ultimately yourself who you are in this different context. If you don't have a specific character that you're playing, this is your default persona. And it's gotten to the point where there are people who I've only met or interacted with at these events, such that I don't know their real name, or government name as we like to call it, at least in my friend circles. Lots of times it comes from maybe you played a character with that name and it really resonated with you and it was generic enough and you do it regularly enough that you get known for that name and you just adopt it as your kind of default nickname. But sometimes people will choose it intentionally. I've performed at events and portrayed characters with names, so I wanted a fair name for myself that represented me, and it was kind of like contemplating a tattoo, or choosing like your Steam username because once I still have my Steam username from when I was a teenager because you cannot change your account name once you've made it, and you can only like change your display username. So like that, I wanted a permanent moniker that would represent me and can be my nickname for myself in these contexts outside of my everyday experience. Since I was being intentional with it, I thought about the journey I had been on since graduating college and getting married and becoming a father. As I went through those transitions and milestones, I committed to working on myself and to be a better partner and to be able to demonstrate what I thought my children should learn from me by demonstrating those traits every day. Because your children learn from demonstration, watching your behaviors and seeing how you react to the world. I've been watching YouTube forever, and when I was doing this work on myself and choosing a fair name, I was subscribed to this channel called the Dictionary of Obscure Sorrows. And the creator, John Koenig, was creating a collection of words from other languages, or he would make up his own words, or recontextualize existing words to put names to feelings that the English language didn't have words for yet. And probably the most famous one, and when he turned that project into a book, it became the blurb on the back of the book, is the word sonder. Sonder is the awareness that everyone has a story. So, you are the main character, the protagonist, the star at the center of your own unfolding story. You're surrounded by your supporting cast, friends, and family hanging in your immediate orbit. Scattered a little further out, a network of acquaintances who drift in and out of contact over the years. But there in the background, faint and out of focus, are the extras, the random passerby, each living a life as vivid and complex as your own. They carry on invisibly around you, bearing the accumulated weight of their own ambitions, friends, routines, mistakes, worries, triumphs, and inherited craziness. When your life moves on to the next one, theirs flickers in place, wrapped in a cloud of backstory and inside jokes and characters strung together with countless other stories you'll never be able to see, that you'll never know exist, in which you might appear only once, as an extra sipping coffee in the background, as a blur of traffic passing on the highway, as a lighted window at dusk. From the French sonder, to plumb the depths. So that's the word I chose as my fair name. When I'm at the Renaissance Fair or doing other costumed events like those, my fair name is Sonder. And that has felt incredibly right, and I've only settled into it more as the years have gone on. I respond to it just as quickly as my government name, and it's also a reminder every time someone refers to me to remember what the word Sonder means and to reinvite that perspective into my life, to remember to be kind and curious and empathetic. I wonder if other people have put that much thought into their own fair names, or alternate personas? And if so, I would love to hear more about other people's journeys to discovering their own fair names. Thanks for joining me. Subscribe if you haven't already. Take care, and see you in the next one.